It's pretty relaxing. Obviously, it didn't go the way I wanted it to, but I learned a lot. Kevin Green, my position coach, taught me a lot, and not just about football, but life lessons also. And I think the first year went pretty successful, regardless of what happened with injury and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's good to be back here in town, away from the city life, man. It's crazy out there, and it's really laid back here, so it's a good chance to get off my feet and relax a little bit. Yeah, so I messed up earlier in the game. I got a mental error, and I messed a play up. So coach had me out for more than normal, so I was kind of getting frustrated, and I had a lot of energy. And Coach Boyer, our special teams coordinator, threw me in and said, "Go rush this guy because they're punting from their own end zone. So I want you to go get it." So I had all this energy built up, and I was really hungry, So I destroyed the dude in front of me and threw him all the way almost into the punter. And after that, I was just busting my ass all the way back down. I saw the ball carrier, Curly, our ball carrier, cut across the field, so I followed him across the field. Everyone was going straight, and I kind of went a different way. And if you look at the film, you can see it, but I thought Curly, because he was running on the sideline towards me, and I saw the person that was about to make the tackle right in front of me, so I took him out, thinking that Curly was going to cut it back, and it didn't work out that way. It looked almost like a late hit or like a dirty hit, but the intentions were not dirty. I don't play like that. So I hit him, and actually in the first half I had slightly dislocated my elbow, and just kind of threw a sleeve over it and kept playing. But after I hit him, I landed on my elbow, straight palm flat like that and backwards, and my joint just kind of smashed together and then twisted and then folded the wrong way. So it tore apart all my muscles around the joint, and then there's a scar right here. Here's the site. But I tore my UCL, and all the muscles around it got torn to shreds, and there's bone fragments that they had to pull out. But it's all good now. So.
Did you know? I guess it would be that serious. Did you feel like a pop or something? Did you know it was going to be pretty bad?
I knew it was bad because it was the second time that I did the same thing, but the second time was way worse than the first one. I knew it was over. It's hard to explain. I was very disappointed, but I knew that I had done good for the team. And I knew the coaches knew that I'm willing to make sacrifices. And I don't know, it was hard realizing that I wasn't going to be able to play the rest of the season. But I think, I'm a firm believer in everything happens for a reason. And it's just a few things weren't ready yet.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all part of God's plan, so that's what I believe.
Mm-hmm.
It was at first, but then I started to realize that I didn't get this far for things to end like this. I just even if it was a season or career or season-ending injury, as people would have said, I didn't see it that way. I realized along the years, like the past few years and in college, that people might say one thing, but it only matters what you think. It doesn't matter what everyone else thinks.
Mm-hmm.
So, I was content at the time when I started to realize that. But yeah, that was pretty much my mentality. But yeah, he was always talking about Kevin Green. Not always, but like I knew of him because he's a Hall of Famer. He's like one of the best ever. And having him as a position coach, just like anything he tells me, I have to believe.
That's fair.
He's been there and done that for 15 years. Like he's not gonna, he never wants to lead me astray. Like I have a real strong bond with him. He wouldn't lie to me. I wouldn't lie to him. Yeah, he's like another father to me. Yeah, but we're really close, and he has told me everything I have to know to be great. So it's up to me now.
Mm-hmm.
and he helps me in every way he can, which is awesome. I feel tremendously blessed. I feel like if it would have happened for my dad like that, then things would have been different. But again, everything happens for a reason.
It's like
Yeah, they went to
mom and
3
dad.
games this year. One was the Raiders. My sister lives in San Francisco, which is where I was born. So we played in Oakland, and her and my sister and her boyfriend and my parents all came out to that game, and then they came to 2 other home games.
What was that like? Pretty
It was awesome seeing them up there. It's way different because you have to find them like in all these people, but like the general area. But when I'm out on kickoff, I look up at them. And I have a tattoo that reminds me of both my grandpas had passed, and I look up in the sky and I'm just like, I know they're watching. I know my family's watching. It just lights a fire in my heart. And it's indescribable.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was the Buffalo Bills, and we were in Buffalo. It was just crazy walking out of the tunnel. The fireworks going off. LaShawn McCoy's out there, Taylor, the quarterback. You're going up against these guys that you've watched since I was in high school. Now you're like going up against them.
Yes, you could
The
say.
biggest adjustment for me was going from D end to outside linebacker. Seeing the whole field and not just tunnel vision, rushing the quarterback and being crazy was what I was known for. Now I have to be smarter, and it's more like controlled chaos, and it's a lot harder. There's a lot of stuff you have to memorize and just be able to react like that.
Is that a tough transition?
It was really tough. But I think I made it well. So we really didn't have a lot of vets on the team. There was a bunch of young guys that are really hungry, and I made friends with all my linebacker group. I'm really close with Jordan Jenkins, Josh Martin, David Bass, Freddie Bishop. All those guys are real close. I'm real close with, and me and Matt Forte were joking around. He didn't like me at first because I hit him during practice one time, and it was really bad. I got in trouble for it. But he didn't like me for like the first 2 months. But I apologized. I was like, I was just trying to, make the team. And I was trying to get my spot and show him what I can do. And because I know I understand, but you can't hit me like that. But after that, we just started. It was always been joking around between me and him, like cracking jokes at each other. So, that's cool.
Take me through this.
It was
and how did you get in
OTAs, so
trouble?
we weren't even in pads.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was just such a clean play. Like, I was supposed to take 2 gaps on the inside, which would be the A gap, and the opposite A gap got closed, which is where he was supposed to go. So he's coming towards that A gap and has to take a step towards me, and he doesn't see me. I'm coming full speed for him. I can't even stop. And there's someone on my back because I beat them so fast that like their natural reaction is to try and grab and hold you.
Right.
But he was pushing. So I'm just going full speed and shoulder to shoulder with Matt Forte and just boom, I got yelled at the next day really, really, really bad.
Kind of
in
a nice
front of everybody
lesson.
too. Yeah. I learned my lesson for sure.
It's kind of a welcome to the league, I guess, pretty much.
Welcome to your new job. Just driving around so much. There's so much driving. There's a lot of people driving at the same time as you, so it just I don't know, it's just so much more fast paced. Like, I lived in San Diego, it's faster than that. I lived in Atlanta, it's faster than that. There's no place like New York. It's you eat or get eaten. So that's what I try to do every day.
You live in New Jersey, but you're right outside of New York City.
Yeah, in New Jersey. But yeah, it's like 25 minutes from the city without traffic. With traffic, it's like an hour to Manhattan.
Wow.
So, yeah. It's not far, it's just the traffic. It's like right there, but you have to wait an hour to get through traffic.
Right.
So, yeah, that was the biggest thing, I'd say, is just dealing with a ton of people.
This here?
Oh, man. There's just so much variety. Like, they got real good Italian food out there. There's a bunch of Italians. They've got Irish. They got Middle Eastern, all types of Middle Eastern food, and it's all really, really good. But, there's nothing like Montana home cooked, I was never really a social media fan, so, I still don't really use my Twitter, even though I got the blue check or whatever. But I still don't really use my Twitter, so I can't really say much about that. Unless I really feel strongly about something and I think the rest of the world needs to hear it, then I'll say something on there. But I like taking pictures, so Instagram, I use Instagram a lot. I don't know, I get DMs all the time. It's just a crazy amount of DMs. You can definitely feel the people, like what I used to get treated like, and now that I'm a Jet, how I get treated like now. And you can see the change in people really well.
Mm-hmm.
It's like night and day.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
It's both. Yeah, it's definitely both.
Mm-hmm.
The Play 60 was really fun, actually. Me and Jordan Jenkins are kids ourselves, so we were out there playing with the kids, and it was awesome. The kids were great. They loved it, man. A lot of them were Jets fans too, which was good. So they brought a bunch of stuff for us to sign. We played basketball, dodgeball, all kinds of different activities with them. It was awesome being out there.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of showing them, some of those kids don't really get to have opportunities like that. So it was good to see them, just their faces light up. It's amazing. Like, you feel what they're feeling, because it takes you back to your childhood when you, if you ever met someone famous, what it was like and what you would have loved to hear from them. I always think about that, what would I say to me, or what would I have wanted me to say to me,
Mm-hmm.
So I try to be a good example for the kids.
And stuff like that.
My teammates always have my back with stuff like that. I usually go to Josh Martin because he graduated from Columbia. He's really smart. He's collected. He has everything together. He's doing it the right way, so I always ask him for advice. He's my age, but he's been in the league for 5 years. So it's like, I ask him a lot of stuff. He always helps me. We're pretty close.
Cool.
It was awesome because they just have nothing but good things to say about me, and it was interesting. I talked to a kid today. He's been struggling with grades, but he's a tremendous athlete, and he has a chance to do big things. So I just kind of told him what I would have wanted to hear, like I was talking about earlier. I know you want to be a D1 football player, but I'm sorry that doesn't happen without grades. It didn't happen for me. I had to go to an NAIA school, figure out that I didn't like it there, then go to a junior college, and then go to a D2, and then do it that way. It's not what you're not gonna get a D1. Everything's not gonna be perfect. You're not gonna go to the school you want to go to. But when you get there, you realize that it was the right. You're there for a reason. As long as you realize that, you'll be all right.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of how the conversation went with him. I think we'll see how he takes it.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
I think he took it pretty well, though.
How about
You knew what kind of person I was, and me and him clashed a lot because I was kind of a slacker I was kind of like an outlaw kid, never wanted to go to workouts, never wanted to go to class, but on the field, it's showed something completely different. So he was always pushing me to get in my books, obviously, and I just wasn't having it. But he taught me a lot. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he just says remember that you are supposed to be there, because sometimes it's hard. It's like, damn, look at these guys, yeah, but he just reminds me to just keep doing what I'm doing and remind yourself that you are supposed to be there. You're meant to be there.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it's good.
You might bring.
Yeah, I
in
definitely
terms
know
of
what
things.
to expect this time. So I expect big things out of myself.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of other people do too.